Clemency was ignored, but Just Mercy was like given praise, which like I don't want to pit two bad girls against each other, but Just Mercy is not the same. Did not get the same performance that Clemency did. Alfred Woodard has been an actress in this industry for so long. She is amazing. She is talented. She is hardworking. She deserves her flowers. Like, y'all, it pisses me off. Like, I'm about to go on a tangent. I'm
I,
so sorry, but like there are so many amazing black actresses that have been working in Hollywood for years, longer than a lot of these white actresses that have gotten more awards, more accolades, and a lot more press than they have. Like the fact that Cheryl Lee Ralph, after working in this industry for 50 years, just got nominated for an Emmy, when she has been in
yeah.
several. She's been in. This is not her first sitcom. This is not her first sitcom. Okay, y'all are gonna piss me off, and it's just like I could scream to the hills about how frustrating this is and about how annoyed I
Yeah.
am. Like, there's also Ingenue Ellis, who is also an amazing actress, who finally got a nomination for an Academy Award, even though she has been acting for so long and has been in so many different things. Like, she was in Lovecraft County, obviously recently King Richard. She's also on 61st Street with our man Courtney. She's also in Gifted Hands and then The Book of Negroes. The fact that she was in Gifted Hands, oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. With Courtney B. Vance, she's in 61st Street. And I could talk about this forever, obviously. But,
Yeah.
gosh, I liked Clemency more, and like, you know, you're right. The Emmett Till biopic is definitely just repackaged black trauma, which is very frustrating because like it's annoying to see films regarding black trauma get awarded at the Oscars, and then
Mm,
films that don't center around that but are still very very good and deserve like accolades and press and deserve to have people
yeah.
talked about it are ignored. Like the Last Black Man in San Francisco, I love that movie, but it got completely ignored during award season when it came out.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have films that do get nominated, but then they get nominated for like two things.
Mm-hmm.
And like Hidden Figures was such a big success when that came out, and it was nominated for like three Oscars, which, you know, is more than most films, but still, considering the huge ensemble cast it had, and only Octavia Spencer was nominated, that really frustrated me, especially how, oh, who was in it? Oh, it escapes me now.
Who was
The
in
main actor.
Henson? It was Taraji P. Henson, Janelle Monáe.
Yes, Taraji
Yeah.
P. Henson. How she should have been nominated for Best Actress for that. She like led the film,
All three of them
and
won SAG Awards, which is great. But, you know,
yeah,
it's very clear when they give out, like, I don't want to. I don't want to say this, but, like, awards that are, like, seen as participation trophies, and then, like, the awards, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
One that's well, two that still gets me is
mm,
Quivenjane Wallace losing to, I think it was I'm not good with names today. Jennifer from Hunger Games.
yes.
Jennifer. Is her name even Jennifer?
Jennifer Lawrence.
That's it, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah, she won for Silver Linings Playbook, and I rewatched that film the other day, and I just don't understand why she won. Like, no offense to her, but I think Quivenjane Wallace, who was what, like 5 when she filmed that film, and she was outstanding, and
Mm-hmm.
also Gabrielle Sidibe in Precious. That
Mm-hmm.
was just like a momentous role, especially for someone who's never acted on such a professional scale before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fantastic they both got nominated, but to snub, well, not snub because she was nominated, but not for them not to win.
Yeah.
I just it's hard to for it's to me it's obvious that race played a role in them not winning, because I feel like if Quivenjane Wallace was this little white girl,
Mm-hmm.
she probably would have won, because it was such a spectacular performance from a 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, I
Also,
think I interrupted you.
no, it's fine. It's fine if you interrupt me. I also wanted to say that she did go on to like continue to act in different things. Like she was in Trolls. She was in Beyonce's Lemonade. She was in 12 Years a Slave. She was the star of Annie. you know. But it's very clear to me that, like, yes, race played a role in it, but also Quajane, I feel like, deserved. This is gonna. I don't mean to say this in a rude way, because this also bounces off something that people talk about on Twitter, but a lot of actresses that are not white bring more flavor. They bring more talent. They bring a lot more, just like, they embody so much more in the characters that they play on screen.
Yeah.
And more actresses like this deserve the Zendaya treatment, where they
Yeah.
are in everybody's mouths. They are considered for roles. They're constantly being fan casted. And, like, I love Anya Taylor Joy. I love Ana de Armas. I love those girls. I truly do. I love Sydney Sweeney. I think she's amazing. But, like,
Yeah.
it's very clear when, like, actresses like Quanshane Wallace or like Lovey Simon are in these roles and they just act all the way down, and their projects either don't get enough praise, or they get praise for certain projects, but then after that it completely dies down. It's radio silence,
Yeah.
and you just leave them in the dust. Like,
Yeah.
the last time I heard about her should not have been for that one Blackish episode she was in. You know,
Yeah.
like, it's not fair. You know, it's not fair.
Yeah.
And I, the industry pisses me off so much, and that does piggyback off.
I
Like,
agree with you.
it piggyback. Like, I want to piggyback off like what Kiki Palmer said, like how, you know, colorism is obviously a huge problem in Hollywood, and it is also like kind of feeds into like the kind of colorism is meant to, you know, obviously favor lighter skinned people of color over darker skinned people of color. And usually it affects black women, which is why we have a lot of people like, which is why, like, Amandla, not why, but, you know, Amandla, Laura Harrier, Yara Shahidi, they are a lot more well known. And you can name more lighter skinned actresses, mainly black actresses, under the age of 30 that have had leading roles rather than darker skinned actresses under the age of 30. Because someone tried to say Letitia Wright, and I was like, okay, someone else. And they said Issa Rae. I'm like, Issa is over 30. Somebody else. Like,
yeah. And a lot of them seem to be biracial women as well.
She's biracial. She's biracial. She's biracial. Yeah.
Did you know that man has done a song for like every race? Yeah, there's like a white woman one, and there's like, I'm pretty sure there's like a dark skinned black woman one as well.
We're done. We're okay. Yeah. But you were saying, right?
Yeah, like, just I you know, I'm biracial myself, and it really annoys me when biracial people take roles that were obviously made for, you know, darker skinned people.
Oh,
you know, like,
when Yara Shahidi was in that one movie with Charles Melton, and she was supposed to play a Jamaican immigrant.
Oh, what was that called? I read the book. I know what you're talking about. I read the book, and then I watched the film, and I was just full of utter confusion.
In the movie, where the Black Lives Matter movie with Homie from Euphoria. Yes, the Hate You Give.
Hate You Give. She's like a whole family's dark skinned, and then there's her. And like, I know that can happen.
Why did Angie Thomas have to come and defend the film? She's a writer, not the director. She's not a casting director.
It really annoyed me as well that in the credits of that film, they had the girl on the cover, the dark-skinned girl. She's in the credits in like an animation, and it didn't make sense considering they hired like a biracial woman to play that exact character.
Like, hello?
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm biracial, and, you know, I look at myself and I do kind of just, you know, other people call me black all my life, so I refer to myself as black, but even, you know, I do have that level of self-awareness that, you know, certain spaces aren't meant for us. You know, in the politest way I can put that, you know, I don't understand how someone who, you know, doesn't look like me, but someone of my complexion could take a role that is obviously not meant for someone that looks like us, like in The Hate You Give, where all her family are dark skinned, and then there's, you know, clearly biracial daughter, and I know that can happen because genetics are, you know, a bingo, at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
it seems to happen very often in films.
Like with Zoe Deschanel being in uh, the Nina Simone biopic.
The what? Sorry,
Zoe Saldana? Why did I say Deschanel?
you
Zoe
said
Sal.
Deschanel. You're
Yes, I didn't mean to say
completely.
Zoe Deschanel. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say her. You're good, girl.
I was going to say that's a whole different
Miss
level.
New Girl, you're good. You're good. I'm a Zoe Saldana being in the Nina Simone biopic.
Where she did blackface, right? Pretty
Yes.
much.
And she had the
Yeah.
prosthetic nose. And she apologized for it in 2020, which is kind of like, there are a lot of very retroactive apologies in 2020. Like Alison Brie
Yeah.
playing Diane Newton in BoJack Horseman, which I
Oh
must
yeah.
not be a real fan. I didn't know it was her. I didn't know until she apologized, and I was like, oh, wait,
I
there's
think
a
I'm
white
with you
girl?
there. I don't think I realized it was her either.
If that's true, I need Jenny Slate to apologize for voicing a black girl in Big Mouth. Because as much as I love you,
My
girl,
God, Ashley.
yeah, a young black girl in Big Mouth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of like,
Oh,
it's like, why is the only person of color in your cast Jason Mantzoukas? And I don't even know,
mm.
is he?
Like the Uncharted games, in the newer games, there's a black woman
Mm-hmm.
in it, and she's played by a white woman who also does like her motion capture and everything, and she does the voice and puts on this voice. And playing the game, knowing it just kind of ruined it. Considering, and their excuse was that they designed the character after they cast the actress, but it's just like, well, then just make her white, like.
Yeah, it's giving Ghost in Shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started with that. God. My dad wanted to watch that, so I was like, okay, well, I can't go say no if it, because like I always pick the films at the cinemas, and he
Uh-huh.
really wanted to see this, and he didn't know anything about the controversy until the car ride there when I just kind of ranted, and he was like, oh, well, I'm not looking forward to this now.
Yeah.
But when Scarlett Johansson said that she doesn't play a Japanese character, and then you watch the film and she just flat out lies. She goes to meet her Japanese mom, and then she sees her Japanese gravestone, and I was sat there like, I thought you didn't play a Japanese character, which was like, you just lied.
The movie didn't even break the box office, I don't believe. So y'all
No,
took
it
all
was
this
it
risk
was
for nothing.
yeah. Like the only good thing I can say about it is the costume design and the visual effects and the production design. That was the three good things. Everything else was just kind of pointless because I watched the anime in preparation for the film, and it's pretty much exactly the same. It just seems a bit redundant to
Yeah.
do almost a shot for shot remake.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But Zoe Saldana playing Nina Simone, I this film came out in 2016 and it has a
Mm,
2% on Rotten Tomatoes. That literally, and like, I didn't even watch the movie because why would I even bother with that? Like, I'm not gonna do
mm,
that. I'm not gonna bother. Because Nina Simone is a phenomenal singer and just an amazing woman who is very smart and just very well defined and sophisticated. And if you watch her interviews, you learn so much from her and her life. Like, her and Eartha Kitt and Lauryn Hill are these women in music who are black women, and they made their way, if they paved the way by their lyricism and their voice and the way they carry themselves. And when you watch their interviews, you just see that their souls are just so like grounded, and in what they say is like
yeah,
so refined and just amazing, and it's stuff that you can still carry on. Like the things Nina Simone talks about in her interviews from the time where she was just like this well-known jazz musician is still relevant to this day. But to have a movie that's supposed to be portraying her life by somebody who does not look like her is a slap
yeah,
in the face to her legacy. Because the one thing that also is great about Nina Simone and also great about Lauryn Hill is that they're both black women, but their complexion is something that plays into like, you know, how great they are. And like many
yeah,
people could look at Nina Simone and see that she's not conventionally attractive, you know, but she's still someone who's beautiful and has a beautiful soul. And to
yeah,
have somebody who is seen as just beautiful and pretty, like Zoe Saldana is, and I think that Zoe is a good actress, but to have someone who's simply just like pretty and popular play a role to try and sell it and get people to watch it simply because a person is in it, it's not the way to do it. Like, Ana de Armas, very beautiful, wonderful actress at that. And her playing Marilyn Monroe isn't too far from it because the makeup and the costume design they've done for the film kind of fits. And I know that she'll play the role well and she obviously will take it seriously. But to have somebody who is just born outside of the parameters of the life that Nina Simone has lived kind of speaks to how
Yeah.
biopics work, where a lot of directors care more about selling tickets and getting the box office numbers and hopefully
Yeah.
getting the award show buzz, that they don't really care about the person's story or portraying it in a light that is honest and sincere. Like, I get it's a movie, obviously it's a movie, but like it's the same thing with like House of Gucci, which I don't want to like I don't know if I want to make this, but like, the fact that like you made a biopic about somebody who's living and a family that's still existent, and they went on the record or were like, we don't like this movie, it's trash. The
Yeah.
person that Lady Gaga plays said that she didn't even meet with her, so screw the movie. And she tried to say it in the nicest way possible. But like, then Lady Gaga being like, oh well, I didn't meet with her because like I don't condone what she did. Then why are you playing her?
Why are you playing her?
Why are we here?